So for those of you who've been here for like 5 hours straight, I really have to say thank you. And also, I guess this is finally the end of the session, right? So I'm finally the last one, so I promise to keep it short. And also, I guess just a couple of minutes away you'll be free again, so just hang in there for a little bit longer. My session today is about like creation and production, the journey of the unknown. Just as an intro, just like introduce about like my background. So basically, I'm an executive producer and like supervising program supervisor for musical theatre and also for performing arts here in Shanghai. Basically. So, because like Victor's speech is just really amazing. So basically, I really have to take my script. I was like almost forgot what I need to say. So drawn into this. So really good talk. But I do feel that my talk might not be inspiring or interesting like enough compared to other creative industries TED Talk speakers. Talking about like addressing storytelling or content creation or composing or acting or like smack just did on the stage before, right? So basically, as a producer, our job is a little bit boring and serious. So like in order to be consistent to this serious job, I decided to address a serious talk with no video or audio materials included. So when Angelina and Annie approached me, say the scene is about behind the scene, the first image that popped into my mind was not really a theatre curtain that I almost saw every day, but surprisingly, it's an iceberg. So you all know like what this iceberg looks like, right? It was like above the waterline. There's only a small fraction of it. Whereas the larger part of it is just like hidden beneath the water. So I feel like it really hit me that this sort of like the iceberg is like a figurative example of what we do and what our job looks like. Because like for being a producer, our job sometimes is invisible. Our job is to be at the pressure, to build up the supporting system, and to making the small fraction of it can be seen and to present it beautifully out there. And also we need to keep steering the whole team on a changing environment and also keep them from harm and destruction along the way. But basically, I guess like similar to the iceberg model, creation and production is something like a teamwork on an unknown journey. Really, like floating on the river, floating on the sea. Because like uncertainty and unknown sometimes I feel like is the essence of this industry, of cultural content, of cultural industries, and of the creative workers as well. But because like the value of cultural content sometimes is for us to build up the expectations for the audiences and also to surprise them. Like I still remember like one of my favorite TED Talks, The Great Cruise to a Great Story, was given by a filmmaker, Andrew Stanton. In his speech, he was talking about how he gradually finding a ways of telling story. He's an animation filmmaker, very great filmmaker. He made like WALL-E, like Finding Nemo, and also like Toy Story, as you know. So in his speech, he cited a fantastic quote by a British playwright, William Archer. He said, "Drama is anticipation mingled with uncertainty." So I feel like this is a wonderful interpretation and also definition of what creation is and also what telling is. So as a creative worker, even if you find a way of systematically putting things together and give to the audience and surprise them. But first thing you need to know is you need to find a way to come up with an idea that's as unknown and as uncertain that it can be to even surprise yourself. which is pushing far beyond your own limitation, your self-recognition, which is extremely hard. You've got to have the talent to really just like embrace uncertainty and also unknown. And as I really remembered when I was like at my grad school in London, our professor took the first 2 weeks of modules teaching us how precarious the creative industries are. And they told us that it is a kind of reminder that you need to find out whether you like it, and also you better quit if, in the early stage, if you find yourself is not ready for instability, for pressure, or for uncertainty. And especially for those students who want to be an artist in the end, the professor said you have to know that you need to prepare for project-based freelancing lifestyle. You need to love traveling a lot, and also you really need to have the curiosity towards the world 24/7. So as you see, like the unknown and uncertainty is actually in the sense of creation itself, the idea that we come up with, and also the working status that we're in. I guess these are the all like internal reasons of why creation and production and also creative industry can be so precarious and can be so uncertain. But what about the external factors? I guess if the internal factors are considered by artists, by performers, then the external factors are the responsibilities that lies into the shoulder of a producer. Then the question arises what does producer do? I guess like producer is a bridge connecting the artist, connecting the creative team, the production and technical team, the investors, the sponsors, the audience, the distribution channel, and even the marketing people, the legal service, the financial service. So basically, it was like a bridge. And the producer also, it was basically like a CEO on a project-based business. He or she needs to lead the whole team, and also to offer the greatest support to the creative team, to let them to have the space and freedom and money to create, but in a controlled and managed scope. It is a really hard job because, like, I feel like the hardship or toughness lies in handling and managing the most uncertain products in the world, which is culture, the content, the taste, the very little and delicate things, and also lies in the handling and managing or supervising artists and freelancers. They are inspiring, they are the very creative people, but really hard to control. And also apart from that, I feel like difficulties also comes from the fundamental conflict of creation and production. Because like for creation people, they need to know how to deconstruct, how to connect, how to open up. Before the production people, the production team, they need to, they require ability to know how to structure, to manage, to control. They are the whole team is basically just like full of the people having two kinds of like mindsets. They think differently, and as producer, it is your job to establish the communication channel or even become one to let them to understand or to be understood. And also, producer needs to have the sense towards the market and also towards the content, understanding your products aesthetically and also economically. And also, you need to really good at controlling and setting free, comprehending figures, comprehending legal terms, but most importantly, comprehending people. It's a particularly hard job, but it's a really, really wonderful job because in this world, very rare jobs like this can harvest you real beauty and love out of the creation you've achieved and also out of the people you work with. But it is also a job like full of unknown and full of like risk. I guess because like one of the reasons is for most of the people, culture and cultural content is not a necessity like milk or like Coca-Cola. So it it is also something it's really hard to assess. Even if there's the so-called mainstream culture, there's always be like hundreds of like subcultures, segmented tastes to identify. And apart from that, even a slight change in political or economic or social adjustments are really likely to change the judgment and direction of our creation and of our marketing. And the aesthetic taste is really just like so delicate and evolving, depends on like geographic profiling along the way. And content positioning and target audience profile tend to be changing so much from the day you started the production. So for producers, planning is crucial, but I guess the key is changing is still the key. Also, like in addition, unlike the other industries, the creative industry standards are mostly determined by the people and the chemistry that the team has. So like the product quality cannot really be traced back to your supplier's factory, like checking up the ratio, checking up the parameters, definitely no. So in our industry, our content quality is all in the hands of creative people, all in the hands of creative workers. So as a producer, you need to trust them, trust their aesthetic sensation, trust their judgment, trust their instinct, sometimes even trust their, I don't know, like hunch. So the contents are somehow, I feel like the right chemistry of a team, of the production team and creative team is essential to let your product shine or fail. So, but like, what is chemistry? Chemistry is also something that you can't measure. It's something that's it's something invisible. So you feel like everything you count on in our industry is based on something invisible, based on something is not measurable. So then I guess now it comes to the questions of why still doing it? Because like fundamentally it's a business, right? And why doing business with so many unknown risks, like uncertainties, then why choose this industry? I guess if you ask this question to anyone who's working for our industry, the answer is very simple. I guess they will say the creation and production of culture and art might not be useful, might not be essential for life, but it actually provides meaning, provides experience towards the world, and also because like life itself is an unknown journey, right? So you have no idea who you will encounter and how this encounter will affect your life eventually. So all the happiness and sorrow that you feel, all the epiphany and I guess regret that you have, every little things that in your life made who you are and made your story. And the experience of unknown is actually made you a real person. One of my friends who's working for the BBC documentary production house, she used to say, even if the precarious and unstable this industry is, especially when she started the career when she was very young, she's still loving it, and she becoming more and more into this field and trying to tell me that she feels grateful. She's so grateful that because of her career, that career provides her the opportunity to really experiencing life wholeheartedly and also seeing world closely, understanding people with no prejudice because she hears the stories of each one of them. And also she feels like she has a chance to witness true love and true hate. Can really have the chance to actually see people laugh and cry, and she's so proud of herself, like can being herself. She's very true to herself and honest and humble. She's not afraid of showing her tenderness. She's not afraid of being a loving person in this seemingly very cruel world. So I guess I still remember there's like one sentence from a American author, Vicky Corona. She writes in one of her books about life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but really just like by the moments that take our breath away. So I guess the anticipation mingled with uncertainty might not be like essential or a necessity for our living, but it is still very precious and irreplaceable for life. And I guess that's the meaning of our job. And so our job is, I feel like our job's meaning is to really remind every one of you when you're like in your busy life that possibly just like stop for a moment and embrace life and cherish the unknown. So thank you.